out of my clean house. You hear me, Ortho? That sign there says clean and honorable, and you ain't the one or the other.
Don't come out of your class with Maimie Scully, Ortho. Don't you know that? Well, I ain't noticed her putting on no vanilla extract for you. You just stand back and give me room according to my strength.
Times to stay clear of my roof, Skinner Graydon, and take your posies with you. It'd take a whole wagon load of roses to cover the smell of mules about you.
But Maimie, darling. Well, appears like you ain't exactly in her class neither. Looks like you're gonna have to trade them mules of yours for a wagon load of roses. Maimie, darling. You went and done it again, did you?
Attention!
Niger?
You men realize there's a war on? You should be loading supplies for General Taylor.
I thought I told you to...
Good evening, Mrs. Scully.
Major Roberts.
How very nice of you to ask me for dinner.
Come in. Come in.
Thank you.
Brass button uniform. Sparkle with her every time. Don't you men realize there's a war on? Brass button never won no war that I know about. But it'd sure come to a whistling stop if there wasn't no mules, I'll tell you that.
Death Valley Days.
Howdy, folks. I'm the Old Ranger. During the Civil War, the great battles of Bull Run, Antietam, and Gettysburg overshadowed anything that happened west of the Mississippi. Yet history tells us that when the Confederates of Texas invaded the territory of New Mexico, an incident occurred, one of the most bizarre of the Civil War, called Graydon's Charge.
Here, take that. It'll make it all better. The girl.
Girl? Since when they got girl mules?
Well, you know she ain't, and I know it, but she don't know it. Something kind of sad about being a mule. Not being either a male or a female gives them the melancholies.
Think of all the problems they ain't got. And the way you fuss over them gives me the melancholy.
Well, maybe you better fuss with that wagon a little more. Give it a handful of grease and a couple of stove bolts. It's about to rickety away.
Squeaking wheels ain't what draws these blasted flies around here.
Smart, Ellie. I ain't never had me no kinfolk. Till I got me some mules.
I wonder who's winning the war back east.
I don't know, and I don't care.
Well, you're a soldier, ain't you? I mean, we're both against the Rebs, ain't we?
Hauling supplies every now and again for the army ain't what I call soldiering. I ain't mad at nobody.
There was a fella come through the fort the other day, said they's fighting up a storm back east.
You'll never catch mules doing anything that stupid. Fred, now you stay where you are.
That mule sticks closer to you than a foxtail in a sock.
Been that way since he's 3 days old. I'm the only kin he ever had.
Well, I always figured there's a mite of jackass in you.
I told you down in front of Maimie's house not to say jacket that word in front of my mules, and I mean it.
I saw Maimie this morning over to the blacksmith.
Say anything about me?
She said that we was to quit fussing in front of her house every night. That if a fellow wanted to call on her proper, he had to dress, act, and smell like a gentleman and not roll around the street before he got there.
Ah, brass buttons, that's what she shines up to. But Ortho, ain't she just about the prettiest thing you've ever saw?
You're kind of high on her, ain't you?
I'm fixing to marry me, that little Irish gal, one of these days.
Hey, Skinner! Major Roberts wants you and Ortho ready to move out at a minute's notice.
Where are we going to?
Well, the whole platoon's leaving now. You and Ortho are to meet us at Wawona Grove.
What's in the way?
Well, there's a detachment of renegade rebs moved into Val Verde Gap, blocking off our supply line to town.
You told me there weren't no rebs in Mexico.
Now, you better get cracking. Come on, baby.
When I offered to help out the army, I didn't figure on no fighting. I don't cotton to killing.
Me neither. Hey, maybe this will give me a chance to prove to Maimie I can be somebody. There, hold my mules. I'll be back in a minute.
Man could get his head broken in less time.
Maimie.
Be right there. Skinner Graydon, how many times am I going to have to tell you? Take your mule, hide away from my building.
Now, wait a minute, Maimie, darling.
Get!
But, Maimie, I'm going off to war.
War? You?
Yes, ma'am. Major Roberts and me, we're moving to stop the rebs at Val Verde Gap.
That's true, then. The Confederates are in New Mexico.
Why, renegades are coming up the Rio Grande.
Heaven have mercy. Why are you joining the Major? You're not in the army.
Well, I'm trying to tell you, the U.S. of A. Army put me in command of a supply party.
Good luck to you. And your supply party.
Is that all you're gonna say?
With you and that pack of mules out of town, maybe a decent body will get a breath of fresh air for a change.
Well, a man could get hurt, you know. Maybe even killed.
Skinner Graydon, hold your ground. Skinner, it's not that I don't like you. It's just that a decent woman wants a man she can be proud of. A man who can take her out among friends. Not a grisly old mule, Skinner, who'd just as soon sleep in the same stalls with the beasts as not.
Golly, Bill, they got feelings, too.
A woman has got to respect her man. He's got to try to be somebody.
Oh, he does he? Well, I'll be somebody. I might just decide to become a dadgum hero at Val Verde Gap. Now, what do you think of that? Man don't need no brass button uniform to be a dadgum hero.
They got themselves nicely dug in down there at Val Verde Gap, cutting off the road to town.
I don't understand, Major. Rebs, what are they doing way out here?
This town is the most important supply depot west of the Mississippi. And those Rebs are mercenaries, profiting off the war, ransacking towns.
What'd you figure on doing, sir?
I don't know. They got a decided advantage. We try to attack them, we expose ourselves to crossfire on both flanks. In the meantime, all they gotta do is just sit down there and block off the town from supplies. Starve us out. You're late, Graydon.
Can't make no speed of pulling the square wheel wagon.
Square wheels? It can't move no faster than them jackasses of...
Ortho, I've told...
That's enough of that. Did you bring the supplies I ordered?
Yes.
Dynamite?
Yes, sir. It's in that thing.
Corporal, get that wagon unloaded.
Lend a hand here. When do the fighting commence, Major?
I cannot order men to suicide. Unless I can figure out some way to get those renegades out of that gap below us, there'll be no fighting.
No fighting?
You mean we made this whole trip for nothing?
We're not going to start any fight until I know we can win.
Lord, Ellie. No fighting. Don't look like I'm going to get myself a chance to be no hero.
Appears like. Skinner, if you was to be a hero and marry Maimie, you'd have me over to supper a lot, wouldn't you? And our freighting partnership would still be on, wouldn't it?
Well, of course it would, Ortho. It'd still be your wagon and my mule, just like it always has been. Maimie's house would be your house. Sure don't look like it's gonna happen, though. Us going back with our tail between our legs and all.
Well, we could always tell her a lie. You want the mules? Well, Major Roberts, sir.
Yes, what is it?
Skinner had himself an ID.
Yeah?
He said, what if he was to strap that dynamite onto them old mules of his, light the fuses, and send them on into the Reb camp?
Oh, I don't know.
Them mules will go any which way he tells them.
We'd have to time the fuses just right. Good work, though. They wouldn't be expecting it. Why not?
Like Skinner says, why not?
Skinner, that's a great idea.
Sir?
The mules. Putting the dynamite on your mules and sending them into the Rebs' camp.
Dynamite? My mules?
You look after your mules, I'll see to the dynamite.
Just back off now.
I won't forget this,
Wait
Skinner.
just a minute.
You
now.
will be a hero.
I don't care if I'm a... I will?
You will indeed, sir.
Well, Major, I was just thinking, wouldn't that dynamite have more of a jar to it if we put it all in one big hunk?
You've got a point there.
Well, then why don't we just go to work and stick it all in the wagon?
Now, just a minute.
I think you're right. Get your wagon loaded up again with that dynamite.
But, Major...
Hurry it up!
But that's the only wagon
Well, why don't we just go to work and stick it all in the wagon? We ain't got time for this. We're under orders to the U.S. Army.
Well, why'd you have to go dragging my mules into this thing?
You want to be a hero, don't you? What's more important to you, Maimie, or these blasted mules?
I want them all. Besides, you know Freya can't stand no loud noises since he caught that cold in his ear.
Well, get him ready. I'll load the dynamite.
Yes?
We're about ready, Major.
All right. Now there's a slope to that road right above Valverde Gap. That's the spot to light your fuses, because it angles right down into the Rebs' camp. Now, once you get this wagon started to rolling, you pull back on the double, you understand?
Yes, sir.
You sure you don't want me to send a few men with you?
Well, maybe I could use one volunteer.
All right, here's your man.
But I ain't no volunteer.
You are now. Congratulations. Good luck, Skinner. You too.
But, Major...
Move out. Cover them.
Come on, Freya.
Now they've reached the road down to the gap.
Freya, I'd rather cut off my right arm than do this to you. Byron, my Rupert, Henry. It's lit, Skinner.
Try not to look back. I feel bad, too. I admit a mile in that way.
A wagon ain't nothing but wood and iron, not flesh and blood.
Wagon started down the slope, Major.
Good.
Holy jumping catfish! Those mules, they're turning back.
What? Oh, no.
Hey, Graydon!
No, quiet. Don't want to alert those Rebs. Skinner doesn't realize those mules are following him.
Like I told you, although them mules the only kin I ever had.
I know. Sure ain't easy.
Freya, bless his little heart, he's a-following me.
He's a-following me!
Skinner's running back toward the mules.
Freya, shame on you now. Come on. Now you get going, Fred. Go on!
He's got the wagon headed back down the road.
But wait!
The mules are turning around again.
Skinner! He's a-doing it again!
Fred, I'm real disappointed in you. You're going to get somebody hurt.
Get out of there, Skinner! She's gonna blow! I mean, Maimie! Now you get away from there, you idiot!
Skinner's fooling around with the wagon.
Here. Why doesn't he get rid of that fuse? He's gonna get killed. Now the wagon's on its way.
Ah, Fred, move! Ah! 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 Ah!
Oh, Fred.
He did it! He did it! By gosh, he did it!
What's left of them is retreating, Major. They're leaving.
They're ours, men! Come on, charge them!
Well, I hope you're satisfied.
perfectly good wagon just blowed to smithereens.
Skinner, that was a brave thing you did. You could have got killed. We're mighty proud of you. You've made a vital contribution to the war effort. You probably saved the whole town from those renegades. You sure the coat is all you wanted in payment?
Major, much as I cotton to that brace button jacket, I'd rather get a wagon for Ortho if you and the U.S. of A. Army could spare it. That wagon was all he had in this world. Except maybe me.
You take this order down to the supply depot. They'll fix you up.
Thank you, sir.
Skinner.
Yes, sir.
Take the coat with you, too.
Thank you, Major. Sir?
Well, would you look at the brass button prairie dude all shined up like a wet eyeball.
If you'd quit being such a smart aleck and take this over to the supply depot, they'd give you a new wagon.
New wagon. We're in business again.
You sure are. Now me, I'm going to courting. Would you put my mules in the corral, wagon boy?
You know something, Fred? We're about to lose us one of the best mule skinners in the business. Wagon boy.
Well, for the love of Mike, Skinner Graydon all scrubbed and gussied up? Why, you old renegade, you're almost handsome. I heard tell you were a hero today.
Ain't you gonna invite me in?
That I am, Skinner, that I am. We'll leave the door open. What would my fine neighbors say? A handsome devil of a man calling on a helpless widow woman?
Get that smelly beast out of my parlor. Then stay out, the both of you.
But Maimie!
But Maimie, darling. Well, you had to go and do it again, didn't you?
So it was that a mule skinner named Graydon and his mules participated in the Civil War in New Mexico 100 years ago. And today, a small town named Muleshoe is constructing a life-size monument to commemorate the mule's contribution to American history.